You've probably driven it, the roundabout at Colorado and Century Drive. In the late 90s, this was a single stop sign intersection in the way of progress in a growing town.
We were a small enough city at the time, about population just under 50,000. And we didn't have any traffic controls other than stop signs on the west side of Bend.
Traffic was picking up to the point where something needed to be done at this intersection. And what the planners from the city were talking about was either a signal or a three-way stop sign. In either event, that would have required the removal of those large 150-plus-year-old ponderosa pine trees.
Developer Mike Holleran didn't want the city to lose those beautiful old trees.
I'd spent some time in Europe and we'd looked at how well roundabouts work there, and this seemed like a logical place for it.
But it wasn't just his love of nature. He freely admits to other motives as well.
And at the same time, we own property all around here, Brooks Resources, and that road did not exist. But we also wanted an access to that part of the property, the Century Washington Center.
So his company paid for it and built it, with permission from the city and a sign-off from the state, because this was a state highway in '99.
We're all in now.
All in and all over town. Bend has 42 roundabouts now. The way Mike remembers it, that first one cost him and his company $300,000 to $400,000. As you might expect, the price has been going up. This recent roundabout, a two-lane version linking three major arterials, Butler Market Road, 27th, and Empire, cost $6.3 million. Study after study shows there are fewer accidents and less severe accidents than at red light intersections. Cars keep moving rather than sitting, idling, and pumping out exhaust. Bend traffic engineers always consider the RAB option.
I think we've normalized roundabouts for our region, and that was really one of our goals.
Is this happening everywhere? We checked on other cities about the same size as Bend all across the country. Renton, Washington has one roundabout, another in the works. Spokane Valley has 6. Vacaville, California, 2, with a few more in design. Vista, California, 5. To Texas now, where San Angelo and Edinburgh are roundabout-free zones, 0 and 0. Davenport, Iowa, 2. Tuscaloosa, Alabama, 2.5, their traffic engineer tells me. And then we come to Carmel, Indiana. Sorry, Bendites, this is the true roundabout city USA. Here's Mayor Jim Brainerd.
We have 138 today and 7 more under construction.
He's been mayor for 25 years, and roundabouts have helped keep residents happy and keep him in office.
When we first started, there was a lot of skepticism, but then people started to drive them. I couldn't remove one today if I wanted to. The fight's over who's going to get the next one.
They can be a little unnerving if you're not used to this kind of traffic flow, but Central Oregon drivers have largely accepted them. Not that there's much of a choice at this point.
The $190 million transportation bond the city passed includes a number of roundabouts. I think depending upon how each project works out and what the preferred alternative could be, it could be another 20 roundabouts in Bend.
This is Kittleson Engineering, just a few blocks from that first circle, which they helped design. And since then,
it's somewhere in the neighborhood of over 1,000 across North America.
Basically, they wrote the book on roundabouts. In fact, they wrote it twice.
We wrote the initial roundabout design guide for the Federal Highway Administration. We wrote the follow-up to that. We're currently working on the 3rd edition of it.
So they know their RABs, and they know that every intersection has different challenges beyond what we all see as we wheel around town.
Whether it's the right turn, which we call R5, or the movements through the roundabout, R2 and R3 on the exits. We have what we call a tangent that we introduce at the entries to make sure that drivers are aligned properly entering the intersection.
All of that means make it safe, keep speeds low, keep traffic moving, yield going in, signal going out, watch for cyclists and pedestrians. Finally, here's the advice from Roundabout City USA.
Hang in there and keep building them.
Thank you very much, Mayor Brainerd. We are on it.